You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in the palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind.
Okay, mic trouble as always. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Plan to Prosper podcast show. I am Sharon Campbell, your host for this afternoon. I am also the founder of the Plan to Prosper podcast. I want to thank Mark every day for helping us put together this podcast. And you give honor to people that make it different in your company and how he have helped us grow this across 200 countries on 8 different platforms. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Roku TV, Amazon Fire, Pod TV, as well as iHeart, as well as Spotify. So I just thank him for making sure that we have a presence on your social media platforms, that you could come back and look at any of these episodes at any time, take notes, and implement. Well, this is week 6 of our 12 weeks getting past stuck. Our show is dedicated on making sure that you have the most current information to help you grow and thrive in your business. So often we have great ideas, whether starting a company, whether it's a nonprofit, a business, a coaching, photography business. We have so many great ideas, but we get stuck and we're not making the income, the revenue, the profit margin that we could. Because I believe if it's your passion to give room for the finance that you need. And sometimes we just do not know where to go to the information. I have had a chance to be part of so many webinars lately. And one of the repeat that keep coming up is this idea of people attending things, getting stuff because it's free and not being paid for. And I tell you, knowledge is great. This is what I'm doing now. It's free. I'm giving you basic information. That's it. And what we're finding is people are taking basic and say, okay, just Google it. Let's do this. But they don't call the person that's providing them information to get more detail. And you end up not implementing it because you're stuck. You're only getting the basic. You're really not getting all the steps that you need. And so during these 12 weeks, we talked about building a foundation, what you have to have in place. And one of them is the ability and willing to pay for services. And I don't call it pay. What I want to call it, let's call it investment. Investment in expertise and people that's growing their company in order to help you grow yours. And what you're investing in is their knowledge base. And what you're looking for is someone is way above your income that's doing something in your market or have a access to a piece of your puzzle that's keeping you from getting into your wealth. And so that was the first 4 weeks. These 4 weeks is about implementation. And so you learn how to build the foundation. Now we're going to talk about implementing what you built. And then the last 4 weeks, we're going to talk about execution. Because if it's not built correctly and you haven't implemented anything or you try to figure out what's working and what's not, execution is not going to happen to yield you the profit. I would say this, invest in your company. Look for resources, money to pay people to help you. Don't look for all that free stuff. Don't look for let's barter. That doesn't, I can tell people that's nice, but it really doesn't grow because you're asking someone to give you a $25,000 product that they may have to grow your company, and in return, you giving them $1,000 product. That's not going to, it doesn't balance. So let's talk about paying for what you need to get to where you are. And that's about implementation. That's about how do you implement to get there. And so you want to get stuff. We want to implement. And then what we want to do is know some key steps to doing that. And I believe that you've heard this so many times over and over and over again. The question should be, if I keep hearing this, why haven't I executed? Why haven't it worked? What am I doing that's causing me to not reach my full potential? And being honest with yourself is the best cue. And when I work with people, they say, well, I can't afford it. And then I say, well, let's look at your budget. Then you get that. They want to hold it tight. So, and they may not can afford it. Remember this, everything is negotiable. You need to negotiate. See how you can meet in the middle. Can you set up payments? Can you try to move some things around? But it all starts with you looking at your money. Because if you are not on a budget, a financial plan to grow yourself personal, it's going to be a little struggle to help you grow professional. And if you are taking every bit of your money that you're making just to keep the doors open at your company, but also just to pay your basic bills, and you're still running up short, you're still not living the lifestyle that you want, you're still struggling, you're still waking up trying to figure it out, I can tell you these 12 steps will help you. You also can find the steps on our blog at www.thesharoncampbell.com and go to our blog session. And every week we post what we are teaching you, so you could be able to go back, download it, and we'll also give you an opportunity to ask a question that's in there that you can answer to help you grow your company. So we're giving you a lot of information, execution to it. And so to say, I don't have enough time, what you're saying is, I don't want to grow my bank account. To say that, I don't hear this 100 times, the thing is, I don't want to grow my bank account. See, because if you have heard this so many times and you haven't executed it, you need to be right back into the classroom because you have not learned the lesson. And so we're here to help you do that. So let's jump right on in. First, you must have a clear goals and objectives. Now, for our 12 weeks, we encourage people to have one goal, two at the max. We want you just to work through one so that you could get that all the way through and keep working till it becomes a habit. It's like brushing your teeth. It's a habit. You get up in the morning, you wash your face, you brush your teeth. It becomes routine. And that's what we try to get you to become a routine. So go back if you must, pick one goal. And it's not too late. It's half the year. You got plenty of time to get this. Pick one goal and let us write clear, concise objective to that. And how do you do that? You use the SMART goal method. I know we have heard about a SMART goal. Is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it achievable? Is it relatable? Is it time? Yes. If you take that one goal and walk through each one of that, each one step, let's do that. And every day, practice it. And throughout the day, look at it. We have to master time management. You know, there's an old saying, ask the busiest person to do something and they'll get it done. You know the reason they say that? Because the business person is about time management. It's about moving this off my plate so I can enjoy the lifestyle I want. It's about getting this done so I can do what I want to do. That's why they are so great at managing time, because they are very centered on what it is that they need, which is enjoying life, that they use their time wisely. And that's why you find so many people tapping the business people and asking them to help do something. And that's why they're willing to pay them, because they know that they're going to get the results. And so what I'm asking you to do is pick one goal you want to accomplish and see it all the way through this whole 6 months and focus on that. Now, there are going to be other things you need to do that you feel you need to do. But as it relates to getting your income up, you need to get this down pat and really focus on it. And then go through the SMART, okay? And also use the SWOT analysis. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know your opportunities, and know your threats. There's a reason these models was created. They was created to make a difference. And that's why I want to say to you, use them. There's nothing new up under the sun. These two models is not new. The only thing it requires is for you to do that. If you're needing help, please go to our website, www.thesharoncampbell.com. Go to contact and put it in the box. I need help with my one goal, and for you to help me walk through my SWOT and my SMART. And we will do that for you. Oh, I hear the question, how much that's going to cost? Guess what? Every company is different. Okay? So it's based on your company. So do you want to invest now and make money now? Or do you want to invest later and leave all of this other money on the table? That's just a question. Next, create a detailed action plan. Sometimes we get the goal down, we get the SWOT analysis, and then we get the SMART, and then we do not do what? Implement our detailed plan. Because with that detailed plan, it comes with accountability. That means you have to be accountable. Too often, we are looking for someone else to fix us, fix this, hold us accountable, check in with us. So let me share something with you. I love going to exercise. I would love to have someone to go with me. But things come up with other people. And I decided that whoever shows up at the gym is my partner, because somebody's going to show up and they're going to engage in maybe walking, lifting weights, water aerobics, steam rooms, sauna, whatever I'm doing. They are my partner and they're going to be there to support me. So just their presence, just them being there, is all I need. Because I know that as great as my friends and want to be part of it, they have lives and they may not be as dedicated as I am to go. And they may travel more. And so I just came up with that. It's the same thing like when I get ready to go walking. I would love to walk with a partner, but sometimes it's not that way. So whoever's on the trail, I just say, hey, look, you're my partner for the day. So I have a plan, an action plan for looking at my wellness, my health, that really helps me stay focused. So I want you to think about taking your goal, put all the tasks down, who's responsible, what do you need to do that, and then what type of income would this generate? Is one of the tasks is I have to pay someone to either help me put this together, then invest in it. Do not allow money to stop you for earning more money. See, if I have to pay $100 to make $1,000, that's a good investment, because I made $900 off of $100. Google AI is not going to give you what you truly need to help you build your company, because you need to interact with people so they can build your network, build your partnership, collaborate with them, for you can find out who's who, get into different groups, learn. So let me give you something about joining groups. When you join a group, join it as a partner that you have something to bring to the table and offer to the members of the group. If you join that group only to get business, you're going to find out quickly people are not going to give you your business to you. You're going to find out very quickly they're not. You're going to be in that group from year after year after year and not get a client. You went in there with the wrong motive. Go in saying, I have something to offer to this group. And when people see that you are genuine, you're authentic, you're real, then you're going to get referrals. So just keep that in mind. The next one is build your team. You cannot do this work by yourself. I hear people say, I'm a solopreneur. Okay. Now that means some different things. That means you may own a company by yourself, but you need to start thinking about who else can help me build it and not get stuck on being a solopreneur. Because when you get stuck and label yourself to that, you miss all of the other opportunities. Get engaged with people, because you never know who you can team up with, another solopreneur that y'all can grow your project, your business together. And let me help you. We get so caught up in this when we try to partner together, where it has to be 50-50. Not necessarily. If one person brings more expertise, more knowledge, more insurance that they may have. They're going to be doing more of the project. They should receive more of the money. We get so caught up because we want the money, and we missed up some of the best opportunities. You know how I know that? That happened to me. Not once, but several times. People come with the wrong motive. They want you to, let me come with you to see how you do it. Well, that's going to cost you X amount of money. I got to pay? Yes. Because you are learning how I make deals. See, when you think that way, your bank account cannot grow. So develop you a team, because you're definitely going to need one. So entrepreneurs, get together. Do some work together. You're going to be amazed at what it. If one is a person that is great at finance and budget, and you have a big contract, like I had a big contract, and doing forecasting and running numbers and doing budgets and spreadsheet, that is not my expertise. Zero. Okay. I worked with someone else that was a sole entrepreneur, and they did that. I was glad to pay them, because guess what? When I gave my client that proposal, they was like, "Oh my goodness, this looks great." So know your talent, and then bring someone in with you to make the project sizzle, the secret sauce, the little bit extra you do for your client. You want your client to be a repeat client, but you also want them to tell people about you. And so I just encourage you. There's so many. If you are not good at goal setting, and you know you ain't good at goal setting, if someone else, if that's all they do is work with clients, bring that person in. And don't feel like, oh, they're going to steal my client. No, they're not. Or we hope they don't. They may, hopefully they don't. But if you're there with them and says, okay, we're going to go to goal setting together, and you there between the client there, and they providing one service, then that's it. And then you pay them and you move on. And the goal is that they will remember your skill set and bring you to the table. So you don't have to do everything by yourself. So that could be part of your team. So start thinking about who could be part of your team. Another one is great is if you have a bookkeeper, someone is a bookkeeper, and you have clients that books are not the best, you could bring that person on to provide bookkeeping services for your client. Okay. And so it's about negotiating that and bringing people on. So, you have to build these great relationships. You just can't bring on anybody. You got to know them. You got to know their work. You got to know their value, but you can do that. People do that every day. Next is effective communication channels. How do you communicate? See, there's a difference between listening. Too often we are listening, not hearing the person, and then we are hearing the person, not listening to her. So how are you communicating? Are you communicating through text, emails, phone calls? What is your method of communicating? Now, always remember that through text, people are reading, and someone could take it personal, and it's not. Through email, it's the same. So be mindful of what you are saying and how you're saying it to get to the end result. I'm going to give you an example. I like to be on the phone with you. The reason why, I have several questions. And when we going backwards and forth with text and email, we lose we lose what we're saying and whatnot. Because then I got to go read and say, but did they mean this? Or what would they really talk about? And then you get them on the phone, they would start talking about anything you was thinking about. So I think starting out the conversation for my company is we have a conversation. Zone face to face. Getting back to basic, to talking to people. Technology is a tool. That is all it is. And if that tool is not helping you increase your bottom line, then you have to go back and say, I need to go back to basic. Find your communication channel for that goal. And whenever you're writing your weaknesses or your strengths or opportunities, look at that. When you're doing your SMART, look at that, because that could be the breakdown or why your contract is not renewed or why you did not get the contract. Allocate resources wisely. Okay. Resources is so very important. They're important to your client and they're very important to you. Make sure when you're using resources, you're really, really thinking about, if I am using this resource, what is my return on the investment for doing that? Too often, we give away all our resources and get nothing in return back. Too often, people are looking just to what they want and what they can get and move on and have no intention and to help you or engage with you. They want to come sit and listen and have lunch free and pick your brain. They do that. And so sometimes what you have to do is find out what that person's motive is. And so sometimes besides allowing them to buy my lunch, I buy their lunch. Because I want to know, what is your motive? You want to take me out. Why? By me purchasing their lunch, it tells me something about them. When they come prepared to hand me their portfolio without even asking, well, how can I help you? They're there to pick your brains. And guess what? They're going to get what they need and they're going to go try to figure out, but they're not going to do business with you. So the next time you meet with them, you need to have that type of conversation with them. Having real conversation with people is going to grow your company so much better, because you want to be in the presence of people that want to do business and want to implement, and that everyone that's doing this is doing this together to help one another and not weighing down each other. We're going to take a quick break now. And when we come back, we'll have a couple more tips for you. And I will say, visit our website, www.thesharoncampbell.com. Welcome back to Plan to Prosper Show. We have a couple more minutes to talk about how to build your company and make it successful, and then how to implement. So we'll have 2 more weeks about implementation. So let's talk about embrace innovation and to be able to be flexible and pivot. Too often we become too rigid. We do it this way, this is the way we do it, and this is the only way. We're hire people and we say and we drill that into them. And we miss some of the great opportunity for time savers. Is there a better way to do this? Is there a better way to get to the end? A more productive way. And right now, I would say the world is looking for creative things, and that's why AI, love it, use it, but guess what? Do not abuse it. It's a good way if you're trying to think of some stuff and you want to throw something out there and see, hey, watch. Let me see what they come up with. But it's just ideal because remember, if you look at the fine print, it would tell you this information may not be accurate. It may not be current. Okay. So if they put some dates in there, it may not be right. They give you some stats. Go check them. Make sure they're not. I think AI is just about helping you gather your thoughts and put it in some type of form so you can work around it. I have received a lot of too much information from people that's using it, and AI have leave little brackets in there for you can fill in stuff, or the person talk about something and I'm trying to figure out what it is and I have to pick up the phone and ask them. And I think that's the time you should just have that conversation with them. Hey, look, just ask, are you using it, AI? You know, they're either going to say yes or no. And the thing is, and if they not forthcoming, then say, you know, if you are, you may consider looking at some of the stuff they're saying before you send it to us, because it is not in a concise way based on what we're talking about. And so what happens if we have a conversation with our clients and we oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and turn this around to them. And then we're asked AI, write this here. But guess what? You didn't give AI enough information. So by the time the client get it, they like, what is she talking about? Let me pick up the phone. And it doesn't make you look good because now the client know that you're using a tool, which is nothing wrong with it, but you're not using it correctly. So that just something to think about. It is use it, but understand that it is only a tool. Let us get back to basic, because that is how you're going to make your money. You still is going to deliver a great product by using that tool. But remember, it is not something that you can take to the bank and generate. I'm going to generate all these business plans. And then you start reading them. You're like, this is not going to work in the economy because the economy is going this way, but they generate you all this stuff. Too often I've been in spaces where I hear people talk about, oh, I can write a business plan of AI in a couple of days. Okay, but is the numbers right? It's what they put. Can you execute it? Can you do it? Can you see profit? And I have seen bring me their business plan after someone have actually used that. And then we go through it and the person be looking and like, this ain't what I'm talking about. This is not what my business is about. It's just word for thought. Use it, and that's it. Monitor key metrics. What are the metrics that you are having for performance? And if you don't have any, let us take this time to create some, because it is so important that you create metrics to hold you accountable and for performance. And it helps you also figure out the gaps and why you didn't accomplish what it is that you say that you're going to do. So let's take an example. If this week you have decided that you are going to engage 5 new clients to attend a information session about a service that you have as a focus group to see if it is feasible. Okay. What I have done is when I engage people and ask to be part of my focus group, I give out gift cards. Even if they own Zone, I send them a gift card. Because one, I value their opinion. Two, when they receive that, they're like, wow, we didn't know we was going to get anything. And it builds a great relationship. It speaks value to say, I respect your time enough that I'm gifting you something that you did not even expect. Because I value the time that you have helped me to grow a part of my company, to give your honest opinion about something before I put in a lot of money or going down the wrong road for execution, which really I need to be back in implementation mode. And so I encourage you to look at key metrics and come up with what is going to work and then measure it. And so if this week is what you was mentioning about having people to attend and only one person show up, the question should be, what is it? Did I just send out emails? Did I just text them? Or did I really talk to each person in detail? Was the time wrong? Did I follow up to make sure that they are going to show up? What is it that I should have done different? Too often we use, I'm getting the email and the text and no follow-up. And people are so busy that they forget or they don't feel like it's important. Sometimes they may tell you yes, no, and the whole time they're not going to participate. And you really need to have people that's real, authentic, that value you, that's committed to you, that's willing to give you that hour. And in return, if the product is great, you can say, you know what, because you have done that, I would like to work with you, and it's only going to be half price to implement this in your company. Someone may say, yes, you know what, thank you. I appreciate that. So let's go on to the next one. Addressing challenges and roadblocks. How do we do that? No, we do not go back to our comfort zone where we're comfortable at. We face challenges and roadblocks head on because you can get past them if you keep moving, especially when you don't even know that you're moving. When you go back to your comfort zone, you have given up and you have said, this doesn't work, so let me try something else. Have you given it all? Is the roadblock there to tell you something or say something that you're missing? Or is the roadblock there through implementation, say you're ready not to execute it? So this roadblock is here for you to reassess it, to see is there any other options? Exhaust everything before you pivot, because it could be something simple. Ask other people to help you early to figure it out. Yes, ask. I don't mind asking people. They're going to say no. Okay, I want to say no. So, or they say no, they go talk about me. Okay, fine. You said no, you're going to talk about me. That's going to happen anyway. But you're going to have some people that say yes, and they're going to help you figure it out. So when you come stuck, and that's why we're calling this getting past stuck, for people to face their challenges and roadblocks and overcome them. Something that we do not do, and I think we should do this. Celebrate your milestones and your success. You get a new contract, it's signed, go celebrate. Go, not go spend all the money, but do a little celebration. Like, I just got this new contract. I went to my favorite place, had my best salad, and just sit there and enjoy it in a restaurant by myself. I celebrate it because I worked on this contract for 3 months. 3 months. And when it finally came through, that salad was so good. I was able to look out the window and just enjoy that moment of what I have accomplished. That I stayed with it and I kept moving on and on and on. I was just so excited about that. And I just had to just spend some time alone, just knowing that I endure. I went through the challenges, the roadblocks, but I kept pressing on. And that was a defining moment. That salad, the view, looking out the window with the passing cars, define that I'm moving in the right direction. So celebrate any contract, any positive that you're bringing in. Celebrate your milestones. Celebrate your success. Celebrate the fact that, hey, look, you stayed up all night trying to put this proposal together. The next morning, get up and celebrate the fact that you completed it. I've done it. I got up the next morning, made me a great cup of tea, and just really celebrated the fact that I stayed up and I finished it. And now when I look at it, I'm smiling because I have fresh eyes. And I know that proposal, I put everything in it that I have. So if you do those things for yourself, every day you become a better you. And that is so very important. Learn from your failures. Yes, failure is good. You learn from them. It helps you to become the better you. Learn from your failures. Embrace them. Because once you do it, you know it didn't work, you want to do it again. So that's the great thing. I've been celebrating to be in failures, the challenges, to write your SWOT analysis, to the SMART goals, to being clear, to build your team. All of that is how you build a successful business. And you're going to hear this so many times if you're in the space of building your company. Because coaches and experts, we know what it is to build a company and how to be successful. So that's why you're always hearing it. That's why I always seeing it, because it's true. Now you got to execute it. I want to thank you so very much for joining us today. It has been an honor and a pleasure to serve over 200 countries and the Plan to Prosper podcast show, because we believe by helping entrepreneurs, business owners, 9 to 5, our hobbyists, our hustlers, startups, the faith-based community, and the nonprofits, that we can build a better community and a better world. Have a fantastic night, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Good night, everyone.